Good morning. How is everyone today? Happy Wednesday. So last week we did a little project and this week we're going to finish it. So as you guys are popping on, say hello. Let me know that you're there and I'm on an island on my own. My name is Teresa. I am the owner and artisan at NTS Design Co. I am a content creator for Dixie Belle Paint Company. I come live with you guys every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. to show you guys some fun painting tutorials. So last week we primed and prepped these cabinets for paint. And this week we are going to finish them up and then I will be able to have my kitchen finished. And I'm super, super excited about that. Just because I'm tired of looking at all of the things. And I think we're crooked, so let me go ahead and change just a little bit here. We're just going to there we go. Angle it just a little bit. And the color, I just made it worse. Sorry guys, let's try that again. I feel like that might be more even. I'm hoping that's even. Even Steven, there we go. All right, that's much better, yay! All right, perfect. So again, last week we prepped these cabinets with Slick Stick. I did tint them a little bit in a gray and then I just went over just a little bit just to see if the paint was the consistency and color that I wanted. I mixed two paint colors to make this color. Good morning, Kimberly. How are you? Hi, Tammy. Thank you guys for popping on. So I did mix two of these colors together. I used the Silk All-in-One paint, the black, which is Anchor, and then I used Wharf, which was gray, to make this color right here. Okay, so I just kind of mixed a little bit of each until I got the color consistency that I wanted. I painted a wall in my house in iron ore, and I wanted to match that to my island. So I went to, good morning. Hey, Sherry, how are you? I'm trying to read. So I went to the color match thing on Dixie Belle and I took a picture of the paint color on my wall and I got the silk paint colors that I wanted to make this color possible because I wanted it to match as close as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's not in the same room, but I just wanted to, when you looked at it, that it looked similar. And I wanted to use the silk paint because the silk has that protection of the priming capabilities and the top coat capabilities. Good morning, Anne from Milwaukee. Want to do this? Glad you're doing this first. Yes, I'm going to show you how to do the things first, and then you can either learn from my mistakes or go, oh, this is what she did and it worked. I'm pretty confident that this is gonna work. I did do this with my door, so I'm super excited about that. My front door still looks great. I used the silk paint on that and it looks great, and then I sealed it in Gator Hide. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just using one of the Dixie Belle Artisan brushes right here, and I'm just getting in all these little nooks and crannies. I obviously will be doing more than one coat of paint on these cabinet doors. I will be rolling the cabinet door paint on the flat areas, but for these little areas that are like inset and things like that, we're just gonna go ahead and use a little craft brush. And this is such a fun project. I really enjoy taking you guys through the process of this. I try to do different things. I mean, we can always paint furniture. As our artists, we always do. So I just wanted to show you guys some like home improvement stuff that you can do that just may be something that's practical. Like you guys, like you just said, you wanted to do this. It's easy. If you're wanting to learn how to do it, you can go to the Restore, the Habitat for Humanity store, where you live, and you can go ahead and just buy one cabinet door just to kind of see and practice on. Good morning, Patty. How are you, lovey? And then you can just kind of test the waters and see if it's something that you want to do and kind of practice on that. I am not doing that, and I'm just going for it. So I'm a little more daring when it comes to that kind of stuff, but I also can fix it, and nothing's really that serious, so I just kind of roll with it. All right, I'm actually gonna move this cabinet door off of here, moving that on my chair. That way I can get my edges a little better without getting paint everywhere. So again, the colors that I used was Anchor from the Silk line, and then I used Wharf to mix it together. And I did the color combination that was recommended on the Dixie Belle page to achieve the color that I was looking for, so. And that worked out really well. I'm happy with it. It does match. It's a pretty close match to the wall that is painted in my house that is iron ore from Sherwin-Williams, which is like a pretty like gray black color. And I'm just going ahead and we're just gonna just paint these little areas with our little crafty craft brush. and then I'm gonna come back and roll the rest. Again, I will probably be adding, when I went and did the island, I needed 3 coats of paint to achieve the full coverage that I was looking for. I am assuming it'll be about the same. 2 full coats, and then just going back and touching up to make sure that it is achieving that look. You just kind of touch up if you missed a couple spots or anything like that. Super easy. Like I said, this is a really fun project. I'm really glad to take you guys on this journey with me. I've been, what I feel like, working on my kitchen island for months. I know it's been months actually. But you know, when you are the artist, your house is always last, and the fun projects come first. Like, I like to do the different blendings and things like that for the Dixie Belle page. So those tend to come first versus, you know, the stuff that I need done around my house. And I procrastinate. I'm great at that when it comes to my house. So I want to paint my bathroom and I want to do my daughter's, but I probably won't do that anytime soon, just because this took forever, and I'm just going to enjoy not having any home projects for a little while. If you guys follow me on the Insta, you know that I was helping my girlfriend yesterday do her home renovation on her bathroom. That was fun. It's like apocalypse day. We had the ventilator masks going on and all that other stuff. She had some deep construction going on. We were removing some flooring texture. I don't even know what to call it. It was weird. She had tile down, and underneath the tile was like this weird fabric, and then underneath the fabric was like thin set. So we had to, like, it was just a nightmare. It was not fun. All right, so now I have my roller, and this is just a foam roller. And I know people ask me, why don't I use a bowl? Why don't I use, you can get the little paint things that have the bumps on them so you can roll it. I don't like to do that because it adds texture to this. I kind of just really enjoy using the paper plate, and then I just will kind of make a mess here. There we go. And we're just gonna kind of roll our paint out here. And again, I'm not looking for full coverage. I'm just getting the paint on here with my first coat, and I will be adding more than 1 coat, obviously. Just kind of wipe some of that off here, spread that out. Doesn't have to be perfect, you guys. It's just your first coat. You just want to lay your paint on. You guys are scared. Don't be. It's just paint. It's not that serious. Just paint. You see how thin mine is going on, and I'm going to leave it just like that. And then my second coat will go on a little thicker. Just kind of moving that around. Making sure I'm not missing you guys. Usually this would be on a way better surface, not right next to me, but I want to make sure that I can get you guys on camera so you can see everything. Again, just real thin. Just a little bit more paint. Kind of even that out just a little bit. It is going to be darker in some areas. I am okay with that. Like I said, we're just laying that first coat of paint on. Our second and third coat of paint will be much thicker and more even. Put some extra lot of paint on there on accident, that is okay. And this is a learning process. This is a learning process for everyone. You can just kind of go with it. Like I said, if you want to learn how to do this, you can use an old cabinet you can get at the Restore. Get a piece of furniture at Goodwill, however you want to do it. I like to practice on pieces that don't really matter, just in case. You can get all your whoopses out on something that's not that important. All right, so this is it. That's exactly how I'm going to leave this. I'm just gonna go over it really lightly just to make sure everything is all smoothed out. And I think that looks great. I don't know where to put that. I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna tip it up so you can see. You can see where I've missed some spots, but that's okay. Like I said, I just want this to have that coat on there. I'm gonna go lay this over here really quick on a little bench so it can dry without anything touching it. And we're gonna come back with our handy dandy little paintbrush. Dust on it from it being in my shop, which is typical. I'm gonna line my little roller right there. Just gonna lay it on the table, it's fine. We're gonna tip this little guy up. This is just the little thing that sits on the counter just to make sure that the drawer, whatever you wanna call it, the drawer cover. There were a couple of them that were stuck on there that did not come off, so I will have to paint those in place, which is fine. It's not ideal, but they were glued on. They did not screw them on, so that's weird. Usually all of them are screwed on, but we'll make it work. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough for me. The next people that buy my home don't like it, they can fix it themselves. Not that I plan on moving anytime soon, but you know, don't be afraid to live in your house. Everybody, you know, you hear that so many times where people are like, oh, I don't want to customize anything. What if the next person doesn't like it? But do you like it? Why do you want to live in a house that you don't like, right? Paint the things, do it. Enjoy your home. Unless you're renting, then it's not yours. Just going over this guy with our little crafty craft brush, getting those little edges where all that bevel is. This is a fun little project. Today's a little quicker because last time I did both sides because we were using a slick stick. Today I will not be doing that. I wanted to give the paint ample enough time to dry. Agreed. Yes, Anne, right? Do the things, paint things. My whole house is painted crazy. My furniture is painted crazy. My bedroom furniture is purple, for Pete's sakes. My shop door is like rainbow bright over there. I don't care. I'd be more sad if it wasn't colorful. I want to paint all my interior doors black because that's more modern. Because my house is like so plain farmhousey, it's like driving me insane. Can't do it anymore. Not a thing I care for. All right, there we go. I'm gonna add that there, and then we're just gonna roll this really quick. I did make the mistake of putting too much paint here, so I'm just trying to, I should have had another paper plate to offload on. So I'm just kind of winging it. It's okay. Because I didn't want to add more paint because I'm gonna, after I get off with you guys, go finish the inside of my cabinets, like where the doors go. I mixed up more than I needed for this project because I didn't want to mix up two batches and then have it not match perfectly. All right, so let me grab my pinkies and push this guy over. So there's that. Now let's grab this last little door. So I did the outside, so now this side I'm going to do the inside just so you can see the difference. Again, I'm just going to grab my little brush and get in all these little areas because you want to make sure when you're rolling, you're gonna roll your surfaces, but you wanna make sure that you get in here because that's really important. You're gonna be able to see that when you open your cabinet that it's not painted, okay? And then you can kind of paint out a little bit because your roller may not reach all the way in there. Grab that edge. The silk paint is self-leveling, so I'm not worried as much about brush strokes or anything like that. I'm just going to very carefully go over it when I'm done. Just a quick little project. I'm excited. I'm excited about my kitchen being finished. I wanted to do all my cabinets like this, but just doing the 1, 2, 3, 4 cabinet doors was enough for me. There's a reason why people pay to do this. Let me just start there. It's been a project. Now, it wasn't hard, it's time consuming. It's a lot of work and it's time consuming, especially when you don't have a lot of time. And you have kids and animals and work and all of the things. But if you have help, you can definitely get it knocked out probably within 2 weeks. A week to prime everything, let everything dry, another week to get everything painted. You can totally knock it out. It is definitely doable. But I am super impatient and I like small projects. I will not take on a giant project. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Furniture is good enough for me. All right, I'm just kind of offloading some of this paint here. And we're just gonna go with it. There we go. Rolling it, looking super good. I am very impressed how these two colors mix together. I think it's like the perfect, it's just perfect. It's not black, it's not gray. It's like a good in between of the two. I just got paint all over my floor. Let me move this plate. It's just really pretty. The wall behind me is super black, so you can kind of tell the difference. I took, what did we spray? I think I just sprayed that in Anchor, I believe. Just used a little, my paint sprayer. I have two sprayers. I have the Wagner sprayer, and then I have one that I got at Harbor Freight that's like an automotive sprayer that I use with my air compressor. We used the one with the air compressor on in here, and I would not recommend that. The paint got everywhere. It was terrible. The Wagner one is much more self-contained into an area when you're spraying. For those that spray or have questions about spraying. I'm definitely not like a professional sprayer by any means. I rather paint by hand than spray. There's a lot of artists out there that do spray and things come out absolutely gorgeous. I just do not possess that talent. I will spray top coat or primer or like a one and done finish if it's a larger piece of furniture that doesn't require any artistic value to it. But there are some very talented people out there that can spray better than me, for sure. And Dixie Belle does spray really well. I just like to have a brush in my hand. All right. There's that. Super quick, right guys? I feel like this is like the quickest live ever. Quickest live ever. All right, now we're gonna come over. Where am I gonna put you? Where you're not gonna get everywhere. All right, just lay it on the table, it's fine. I'm gonna come back and grab these edges. If anybody has any questions about anything that I've done so far, pop them down in the comments. I'd be glad to answer them as I'm doing this. The combination was like 2 parts dwarf and then like 3 parts. It was like maybe 1.5 parts dwarf and the rest of it was Anchor. Because I wanted it to be darker. Just painting these edges. And again, I will go back and add a couple coats of paint to this. Definitely one more full coverage coat, and then I'll probably go back and just touch up some areas that may need be touching up. When I did my island, that's what it took. It took 3 whole coats of paint. But my island is much bigger. And there was more to miss, and like you had to like tip your head upside down and get everywhere. That was a more difficult project than just painting these cute little cabinet doors. And I will be just replacing the, or putting the hardware back on here, which is just like silver hardware that came with it. Not anything fancy. I'd love to upgrade the hardware in my kitchen, but there's so much of it. And that could be quite pricey. So, for those that have done that. Kitchen remodels are not for the weak. I couldn't imagine having to like rip everything apart and do everything. I'm just updating a couple things for fun. Alright. I'm not painting the inside of that because that's where the hardware will sit, so you won't see it. Alright. Turn this one more time. I know you can't see me painting this edge, I'm sorry. There's no way to really show you and paint it at the same time. But again, I'm just using this little craft brush, and I'm just using very little paint and just kind of going over it. I did paint the inside and the outside of the doors because I wanted to make sure when you open them that you could see, you know, it's going to want to match. That's completely up to you, whether you do that or not. All right, looking good. I'm excited. There's that. I'm gonna go lay this over here and check on that cabinet door. Hold on one second, you guys. All right, my other cabinet is still very wet, so they will not be painting that one again. Let me see. This, I probably could roll one more time just to kind of show you what the second coat would look like since it's much smaller. So let's go ahead and do that. So I get paint everywhere. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and do the second coat on the top. Paint booger happens. And then you're getting more coverage. Like I said, that full coverage on that second coat looks really great. I'll go back over the edges again. With the roller, I am gonna have a little texture as I wouldn't have it with spraying. I'm okay with that. I think it'll be fine. Anything is better than what it was. The white was chipping off. I just was not happy with the look that I was getting with that at all whatsoever. So now I'm just going to very carefully grab my edges. And if you wanted to, you can roll your edges. You're not going to be able to get in there as good. But of course, you are more than welcome to. I'm going to use my brush though. Just be careful not to get where you've already rolled. And again, you would want to wait ample amount of time for this to dry and not rush it like I am. Because I am taking the risk of removing the paint that is already on there by adding more. Okay, we're gonna come around here. See how pretty that is? So pretty. So, so pretty. I love this color. And if you are not happy with the colors and you want to mix a different color, like I said, pop on the Dixie Belle page, pop a color that you have in mind, and it will tell you the correct mix of colors that you can use to achieve it. I can already tell you I will be doing a third coat of paint on here, a full third coat of paint. I'm gonna let this dry obviously because I'm rushing this, but I'll let this dry overnight and then tomorrow come back and do another coat of paint on it. Because I can still see through my paint to my primer. And you don't want to take all that time to prep it and clean it and prepare it, to paint it, to rush it, and then have it not be what you want. You want it to be perfect. So here is 2 full coats of paint on that. And then again, on the back, you can see that is just the slick stick. What do you guys think? I think it's gonna look really nice. So I'm just gonna let this dry and let the other cabinet doors dry. And then I'm gonna go back and add some more paint to those. But I really love this. I think it's gonna look great in my kitchen. My granite has this color in it. It's like the black, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's whatever, you know, builder grade granite it is the white, the black, the brown, and the grays in here. So I think that this is gonna make it look a little bit more fancy with it more than just the white that's in there. I don't know, I like a darker kitchen anyway. So this is it. I'm gonna lay this down really carefully. No hands. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be glad to answer anything. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. It was very short. Sorry about that, because you know, last time we did do both sides. Today I wasn't able to do that. We were only able to paint the one side. Off camera, I will paint the rest of it, and you can stay tuned to follow me for those details on that, because it'll be in my reels over on you know where. I will be with you guys next Wednesday. I am going to be starting a new piece of furniture with you, so that'll be super excited. That'll be another series project. I like to do those with you guys so that you guys can follow step by step. So if you have any questions, you can always go back and re-watch those. I'm thinking gray in the kitchen and in the laundry, soft green in the hall and bath. Not sure about mine yet. I love green. I want to paint my daughter's bathroom like an emerald green. It's such a beautiful color. And then do black cabinets, because I thought that would be really pretty. But I really don't like painting walls. It's not my thing. So it'll probably stay gray, because my whole house is like, you know, that grayish color that the builders spray every room in your house. So it's all the same. So turned out nice. You made it look easy. Oh, thank you, Anne. Thank you. I appreciate that. It wasn't too hard. Like I said, just follow your steps. Just make sure that you know prep is key with this. These are cabinets. I will be sealing these in gator hide. I will tell you that. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, I will be sealing these in gator hide, just to make sure. I will be rolling my gator hide on there. I will not be brushing my gator hide, and I'll be rolling it with a roller. So that way I have that consistency over it, and it'll just have that extra layer of protection on there, because I didn't want to do all this work to have the paint chip off, because, you know, people, kids, things, all of it. So, but anyways, all right, well, you guys, I will catch you guys next Wednesday. And again, we will be starting a new piece of furniture. I'm super excited about it. It's a piece of furniture that a friend of mine gave to me probably over a year ago. I will be keeping the piece of furniture. I'm going to put it probably in my hallway just to hold some things. I can't get rid of it. It's just one of those pieces that I just really love, and I've been holding on to for a while. My booth is really overfull of furniture, so I'm able to paint a piece for myself, which is kind of nice, because I get to do more fun things on that, you know, the blending and the colors, when it's not something that I have to worry about finding the right customer for it, because I'm the customer, so it'll be really beautiful. So stay tuned for that next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Tomorrow I'll be live on the Dixie Belle main page at 7 p.m. with you guys. And of course, always pop over to the TT to see over there, you know, all of the reels and shorts and things like that. So have a great day. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Dixie Belle, for having me, and I will catch you guys next Wednesday. Thank you, guys.